Real Live. This is episode 100. This is a milestone episode. And in the studio with me is our co-host, Brian Bartholomew. Well, Brian, it's been a while since you have been on the air. Where have you been?
Oh, I've been doing lots of things, traveling around the world and meeting people, helping people, working together with you. So I'm excited to be back on stage with Keep It Real.
I am Dr. K, and my wife, Sister Joy, she wanted to take a break. And so we have our co-host, which is Brian and Angelique Bartholomew. In fact, Angelique will be on in the future, maybe 2 months from now, when we'll have another special guest, and she will be the co-host. We like to give them an opportunity to also air this program. We have some special guests. We'll introduce them momentarily. And as you can look in the background, that's not H-Town, Houston. I believe this is Denver, because you see the snow-capped mountains. I used to live out in the Rockies when I was stationed in the military in Colorado Springs, Price Peak, and yes, it is a beautiful view. We want to thank all of our listeners from around the world. I don't know if you're listening from England, Spain, Fiji, even Australia, Brazil, Argentina in the future. We're sorry we missed last month because it was my birthday, and I took my family to the Bahamas, and we had a great time eating conch fritter, fried fish man, and also cracked conch and peas and rice. And you from the Caribbean also?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and we have things like rice and peas, curry chicken, curry goat, things of that nature. But I also just came back from the Bahamas a couple of weeks ago. Nassau.
Oh, okay.
We had a fantastic time, so super excited. I love the Caribbean.
I went to the best island. I was born on the best island, Bimini, Bahamas. And then we also have some students that I will be mentoring. And we want to say congratulations to all of the students, 2025 graduates who are the recipients of the late Dr. Miles Monroe Scholarship. We had a retreat last week in San Antonio. And these students, some of them were
five of them, right?
There are 5 of them. Yeah. They will be getting a scholarship in the honor of my mentor, spiritual father, the late Dr. Miles Monroe. We have now, this will make 16 students that we have given scholarship to help them. And here's the catch. We asked them to be involved with community engagement and volunteerism. And that's going to be the topic of this show here in a minute. But since this is the 100th episode, we want to give away some gifts. All right. So to our engineers, if you will put up my book. I recently released a book, and it is called Take a Knee. And my book, please. Take a knee. That's Mr. Brian. Leave that up, because he is the sponsor for this episode. So I'm wrong. Excuse me, technician. That's his number, his social media contact. You can also call that number +1. Later on in the show, he will be giving away a free consultation. All right, so please, my indulgence to the engineers today that's filming this. If you put up my book now, we're ready to give away Take a Knee. The cost is $12.99 on Amazon, and the ebook is $7.99. But the first caller that calls +1 210-589-0884, you will get an autographed copy of my book. You don't have to go to Amazon. I'll get your details. I'll autograph it, put a little inscription in there, and then I'll mail it to you. So the first caller right now, 210-589 +1 210-589-0884. And while we're waiting for your call, we're going to go moving forward with our introduction of our guests. I'll introduce the councilman, and won't you introduce Heidi when it comes around? Okay? All right. The next slide, please. If you can just show our our slide of this episode and our title, and then we'll go into, there it is, community engagement and economic empowerment. What are you going to get out of this show today? You're going to learn how you can engage your community. You're going to learn about the local government. So many people think everything happened at the federal level, but you know, we took civics in high school. I don't think the students take that. So they don't have an idea
What's going on?
or a figment of imagination what happens in government, and it starts at the city level.
That's absolutely
and we
correct.
have someone, Mr. Councilman Ed Pollard, who is the councilman, and he represents District J. And if we can put up his bio, I'll just say a few things and we'll jump right into it after we introduce Heidi. Put up his bio, please. He's City Council, District J. It's mainly in a Latino and Hispanic community, a district, owner of Pollard Legal Group, LLC, founder Suits for Success. And also he's collegiate NCAA All-American. He also played pro ball. Overseas, and they tell me he can slam dunk. And he has a Jewish doctorate in certificate negotiation mastery.
Went to Harvard.
Went to Harvard. All right.
Harvard, yeah.
I'm scared of you. And then he's Alpha Phi. Alpha Phi fraternity, and he has 2 children. All right, we'll flash his beautiful picture. Just show all of your 32s. Look in the camera, Mr. Pollard. All right, we want to capture Mr. Pollard on camera. Technicians, engineers, if you'll capture Mr. Pollard before we introduce. Okay, there he is, right there. All right, just wave at our viewing audience, and that is Heidi. And look, they coordinated. They work together, and look at us. We're coordinated. I didn't wear my dark purple. I wanted to wear white today. All right, let's Councilman Ed Pollard, owner of Pollard Legal Group, LLC. All right, if we could now go with Heidi, and I'll give you that honor to introduce her.
Absolutely. Next, with a great honor, it's Ms. Heidi Powell-Prera, and she is she's in the community doing many things. Founder, CEO of Global Vision, Travel and Investments, Contemporary Fine Art, Global Vision Contemporary Fine Arts. She's also the editor-in-chief of IF Magazine. She's the chair for the Latin International Trade Development Council in Houston, and she's an advocate for arts, environment, and animals. That's a lot, Dr. K. That is a lot that she does. She's absolutely amazing. And we're going to learn all about what she did by putting on that trade mission to Panama.
All right, well, we're looking forward to hearing about Panama, and that'll be in our second half. But let's just jump right into it. Yeah. Our topic is community engagement as well as economic empowerment. And you are a expert in that area because you went with them to Panama. We'll find out how your involvement, and I'm not scared. I'm not mad. You did not invite me to go along, but you're still.
I knew it was coming.
But you're still. I always like to include you.
You are always welcome.
I'm a good mentor. All right. Councilman, I'll call you that. That's your correct title. And then also Mrs. or Miss?
Just Heidi.
Just Heidi. Okay, I like that. So skip the formalities.
Yes.
All right, let's start with the councilman. Tell us about your family of origin. Where are you from? And I think you're from Houston, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm excited to be here, especially for the 100th episode. This is incredible. I am from Houston. I grew up in Southwest Houston in the Westbury, Meyerland area. I went to Lamar High School. Then I went off to Morehouse College, where I received my degree in political science. I played basketball internationally for a couple years in Singapore as well as in Chile. Then I came back and went to Thurgood Marshall to receive my law degree. And so I am a son of this city. It is incredible to now be on the city council and represent this great city. And I represent District J, which is Southwest Houston, the most diverse area of the most diverse city in America. And it's been so rewarding to meet so many people from so many different places that have now called Houston home. and to represent them at the city level and to find ways to improve their quality of life is something that gives me purpose every single day and something that I don't take for granted.
Well, Mr. Pollard, we want to thank you for your community public service. And so many people don't understand how government works. Like I was saying earlier, I took civics in 9th grade. And what are some of the things that you do?
Yeah, so I tell people all the time that you should look at the city as a business. We are a $7 billion services corporation. And the constituents are the taxpayers. They are the shareholders. They pay taxes, and then for their taxes, we provide services for their community. And so the city council is basically a board of directors of that company, and the mayor is the chair of the board. We have 16 council members. We all represent different areas of the city, and we represent your interests. And just like a shareholder, you tell us the things that you believe will make the company grow and bring interest to you. And then we as your representatives try to do that. So when you think about police, fire, parks, libraries, streets, drainage, water, airports, all the local functions, your city council member is the one that makes those decisions with where your tax dollars will go for those services.
Well, I never heard it that way before, where you said that the city is like a business. And therefore, the mayor is the CEO.
Correct.
And then you are the board of trustees.
Correct.
Or the board of directors, board of governors, whatever nomenclature you want to use. And Houston is the fourth largest city in America, and we have a $7 million budget. And so if you don't pay your taxes, you can't complain about the services, okay? So many people do that. Now, are you the only child? Who are your parents?
So I have a mother who was a professor for 40 years at Texas Southern University. My father was a Marine in the Vietnam War and was a small business owner. My grandfather, Dr. T.J. Jemison, actually was the mentor to Martin Luther King Jr. He organized the first bus boycott in Baton Rouge in 1953, which was the blueprint for the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955. And so I come from a rich legacy of service, something that I'm very proud of, and I step into their shoes to continue it.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Well, we'd like to thank you very much, Councilman Pollard. It's very interesting to hear about your background and lineage and heritage. Let's hear a little bit about Heidi. Heidi, tell us a little bit about your family origin.
I'm originally from Guatemala City, and my father and brothers still live and work in Guatemala City. But I've been in Houston, Texas since 1986, so very much Houston is my home, and usually close to downtown, inner loop. I was raised by Mr. Paul Bernstein, a New York Jew that ran health clubs here in town. He used to own the President's Club. And so for me, Houston's diversity and all the people that I've met here have been amazing to have as a home. And then I get to go home to Guatemala, and I'm so excited that I've been able to host these trade missions with Mr. Pollard to be able to bring people back to my home country and other Latin American countries.
So you have a passion then for Central America and South America?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, well, we can't wait till the second half to find out. And then also, could tell us about you have children or anything?
No, unfortunately, no. I'm an auntie.
Okay, you're an
I'm
auntie.
an auntie with the mostest for sure.
Okay.
But I don't have any children of my own yet.
Okay. All right, let's ask Mr. Pollard. Come back to you, sir. You were an All-American NCAA athlete. You have the height, and I guess you had the fundamentals and the skills. And they say you were a bad boy during your days. And so tell us about, and you also played professional ball overseas. What was that experience like?
So it was a great experience. The first half of my life was dedicated to sports and primarily basketball, and I was fortunate to go to Morehouse College on a basketball scholarship. And overseas was an incredible opportunity to travel the world, pursue my passion, but also really broaden my horizon. I was a kid from Houston that thought that the United States and Houston, Texas was everything and didn't really have an appreciation for other cultures, other people, other perspectives. But when I was given the opportunity to play pro ball overseas and see how big the world is, really to learn about different people in different backgrounds. I had so much more of an appreciation for different cultures and different ethnicities. And now it has served me in a tremendous way because I represent such a diverse and culturally dynamic district here in Houston while I'm on council.
Where were some of the countries you played in, sir?
So I played in the Republic of Singapore and I also played in Chile, South America. Two completely different places, but when you're a young 22-year-old fresh out of college and you're all over the world, being able to travel and meet different people and play the sport that you love is something that I will never forget.
Well, I've been to Singapore, and it is really beautiful. My daughter was stationed along with her husband in Japan, and he deployed 6 times over to Afghanistan and Iraq, and she needed some help, and I flew over there, and being retired military, we could take a hop, and we went to Singapore. We took the grandboys when they were small to the Disney World over there, and I love the food, so I know you love the food.
No, it was incredible. It was a city that never slept.
Yes.
It was always action, always traffic, always a lot going on, but it was very modern and it was a beautiful place with a lot of different amenities. I fell in love with the culture, loved the people, and it's a place that if you have not been, you should definitely put it on your bucket list.
Wow, and it's also very big an investment, and it also is a very one of the richest nations.
It's one of the richest, also one of the most expensive nations
Right,
too.
right.
And I heard that they're super clean, and if you
Yeah.
make a mistake, you drop something on the street or something, they're on
Yeah,
you.
so it
You
was-
can get fined. Tell us about that.
So,
Tell us
yeah.
about the culture of
I
Singapore.
mean, it's definitely a place that promotes and prioritizes beautification. And they have really strict rules about littering, about chewing gum, about tossing things that you shouldn't. And if you do those things and you are caught, there's a chance you could get what's called a lashing. And they will
Lashing.
Yeah, have one of the
Lashing?
law enforcement officers give you a quick, swift, hit. And,
I'm not going to ask you if that ever happened to you
It
as
never
a young
happened to-
22-year-old in
It
Singapore,
never
right?
happened to me, but I did see it happen.
You
to
did see
some.
it happen. Okay.
That's all I needed to see.
Some of the
That's all you
Arab
needed to see, right? You need to see it happen, and that's enough.
That's it.
some of the Arab countries are like that too.
Very strict.
In fact, Saudi Arabia, when the military went there on Fridays, if you steal whatever hand you stole with, they chop it off, and that deterred a lot of crime.
I bet-
All right.
I bet it did.
I wanted to just also say about Singapore. Singapore is really no bigger than Rhode Island, a little United States, and they go up
Very
in
vertical.
building, okay? And then also it was built on sand. It was water, but they did a lot of sand fill, just like in Dubai. I've been to Dubai 5 times now, going again soon. And Brian, you and Angelique, you need to get in my suitcase.
You don't have to say that twice, Dr. K. I think that goes without saying. We would love to accompany you.
Well, let's hear some about Heidi's
Heidi?
endeavors.
Well, Heidi, tell us a little bit about your business, your brand, what you do. There was so much in your bio that, maybe you can share, how do you
Definitely.
make all that happen?
Well, I'm still serving as the Latin chair of HITDC, and the HITDC is really where that kind of started for me. I started out just really as a client, just helping them do some trips to Africa, because that was what they were mainly focused on. Val Thompson, the president of HITDC, and he basically has trained me. I helped him with many trade missions, and then we went to Cuba. We did 2 to Cuba, and then we went to Panama once with Martha Castex Tatum, and really through those trips, I really saw what the trade mission did for both sides. The
Okay.
people that you're bringing there, and then the people that are receiving, and all the connections and I fell in love with it. I really did.
Your passion
And
really
my
shines through.
passion is very much Central and South America. His passion is very much Africa. So I'm still assisting HITDC logistically with African trade missions. But Latin America is my passion, and he told me, go ahead, go do it.
Well, that was so great that the mayor empowered you to fulfill your passion.
Right.
And it's really your purpose, your why.
And then basically through Val Thompson is how I met Edward. Edward had traveled with Val to Africa, to Liberia, right?
No, actually, I did the South Africa trip.
South Africa trip. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. But basically you guys traveled together, and that's how we met and started talking about Latin America. He told me about his interest. He knows a lot of his interest in Latin America and bridging. You know, we have so much business that already is happening. So many families live here that have family there. And so everybody wants to create, you know, the more, you know, we believe in peace through prosperity. And that's basically making sure that business is happening, we're opening up opportunities, keeping dialogue going. And so we went to Guatemala last year, and we had a nice group of 10 business people, very powerful trade mission. And we wanted to go back to Panama because Panama has a new government. And it's just such a powerhouse connection between Texas and Panama.
Wow.
That's something with our port of Houston and their port and the Panama Canal, it's just a given, you know?
And also, let me go back to what Mr. Pollard was talking about Singapore. They have a very large naval seaport. And so that's industry and trade. And a lot of business flow through there. Heidi, I want to ask you about your role as a CEO with the trade, and then also, how involved are you in the community? I know, can you maybe direct us as far as what your philosophy is on how businesses, a nonprofit, can also network with the city government, and then Mr. Pollard can chime in later on. Maybe there's some grant fundings available to help them to perform different services, or how they can carry their business to the next so that they can increase their bottom line. Do you work with that, or?
As working with Edward and other people, I'm learning more and more about that, and something I didn't realize. You know, every consul general is involved in its country's business. So if you have a country of interest, then you should look at the events that are happening with the consul generals and join them. And then the city of Houston has an office of, you know, business and opportunity, and they have tons of resources, workshops, and ways for you to learn where to find these grants. Also, where to get government contracts, which is something that us as small businesses, we often don't even
We don't know. We don't know how to
we don't
find
think about
yeah.
it. Why I would get a government contract for something, but they have tons of services that they're doing, and they do give smaller businesses contracts, and that's something that you have to learn how to apply for them, how to put in your proposal. It isn't just a howdy do and a handshake.
Yeah, there's a definite process, and there's a way
process,
that
but
you
it's
have to go
definitely
about
something
that.
that they're willing to help you with and learn, because they want us to be there. And that's something I would impart to any business owner in Houston, is really pay attention to what's happening at City Hall. Like you said, we don't really, we worry about the president and Congress, and all of those people are very important. But for our day-to-day and what we're doing with our businesses in this city, we need to know what's happening with City Council in the city of Houston.
Okay, let's go ahead and get your input as to piggybacking on what Heidi said about the contracts.
Yeah, so, you know, I look at the city of Houston as a global city, and we have so many different people that are from different countries that live in Houston. Matter of fact, 25% of Houstonians are foreign born. 1 out of 4 people who live here out of the 2.5 million people come from a different country. And we have the #1 port, we have the #1 medical center, we're the oil and gas capital of the world, we lead the world when it comes to aviation. Everything is centered in Houston, and the entire world knows that. And so we have to be a global city and go beyond our borders to ensure that we are developing relationships with other countries. We need to make sure that the diversity that we have here in Houston, we can leverage with the people here to go back to their homeland, to provide resources, and also to gain resources through import-export. And so working with Heidi has been something that has been a benefit not only to the countries that we go to, but to the delegates from Houston that are looking for opportunities in different countries.
Before we go back to Heidi, I wanted to ask you a question to piggyback on that, Mr. Pollard. What are some of the challenges really around that? Because we're talking about there's a pathway to doing this, and maybe people are not educated in terms of the process and what's available and what Houston has, because it sounds like we have so much. What are some of the challenges why businesses cannot evolve and do business in other areas?
A lot of it is just education and exposure. People have to know what is available and then how to obtain what is available. And so if you're interested in doing work within the city of Houston and get a government contract or look for opportunities to work with us, then you must be a city vendor. And you can go online to the Office of Business Opportunity with the City of Houston, and you can apply to be a vendor. And if you're a minority, then you can also apply for our Minority Women in Business Enterprise Program, which every contract over $1 million for construction, there must be a minority component on that contract, and every contract over $100,000 for professional services, there must be a minority component to that contract. That means the $7 billion that the city of Houston spends every single year in our annual budget, a lot of that money is getting pushed back out through contract opportunities. And so if you want to work with the city of Houston and be a part of that, go to the Office of Business Opportunities, fill out the online application, and look forward to finding a ways to help your business thrive in a meaningful way.
And you forgot about the veterans, because they play a big role in that, and then you do make opportunities for the veterans.
So the veterans also have opportunities through their own Chamber of Commerce that is in conjunction with the Office of Business Opportunity. There is criteria for if you are a medium or a small business owner, but you're also a veteran, you can get additional points towards procurement opportunities for serving.
Wow.
All right, we have a caller, and they tell us who you are.
Yes, my name is Olga Figueroa from Sheertown, and I have a question.
Okay, go ahead and ask your question. Who's it directed to?
I'd like to ask why you chose Panama, and what is the connection between Houston and Panama? And I'd like to ask Mr. Brian or Councilman, please.
Okay, we'll let the councilman and Heidi do that. And also, you're the first caller, so you'll get a copy of my book, Take a Knee, and you will get your details. You can also text me after you get off this call, your full name and your address, and I'll send you an autograph copy. You can give to your husband, give to your brother, give to your son, or whomever. All right, so she wants to know why you chose Panama.
Yeah, so Panama, the connection there was because of our port and their Panama Canal, right? And how we can expand on import-export. That was the first reason. The second reason is because we knew about the partnerships and some of the opportunities that Mr. Bartholomew was able to bring to our delegation and expose us to real estate investments that he's been able to find beneficial and wanted to share with the Houston delegation. And so Brian did an outstanding job of making connections and opportunities for us to visit different properties, understand about investment packages that were presented, understand how you can get possibly a dual citizenship or some type of tax rebate or residency just by being a part of some of the things that he was knowledgeable about. And so Brian was a big reason why we chose to go back to Panama for almost our second time as a city within the last 4 years.
Yes.
Well, Brian, won't you go ahead, and then we'll ask Miss Heidi, what was your role and why Panama?
Well, why Panama? Panama is the #1 expat retirement spot on the globe, period. And I'm blessed because I know people from Panama, and I was privy to developing relationships with delegates, government officials, key people. Because when you're going to a different country, you're not sure who you're dealing with, who you can trust, and you want to have the right relationships. So Panama, first of all, from Houston to Panama, it's a direct flight, less than 4 hours. So it's very convenient. Healthcare is excellent in Houston. It's excellent in Panama as well. Cost of living, 1/3 of the cost. So immediately, people that are maybe seeking retirement or looking to invest in a second property, the opportunities are great there. Not to mention the climate is amazing year-round. There are no hurricanes or natural disasters. They use the U.S. dollar, and many of the people there speak English. So if you don't speak Spanish or Spanglish, you still can get along. Give yourself a couple of weeks, and it's pretty good. So those are some of the high points that Panama is a really great place to be. It looks like a mini Miami.
Okay. All right, Heidi, get your input.
One of the things about Panama also, because it's basically, it connects the East and West.
Okay.
So it's not just about us. It also, facilitates passage of your products to Europe, Asia. Anything coming from Asia goes through there before it comes here. But also, it serves as a hub where anything that you want to distribute to all of South America, you can find people and partners to help you with. And I'm glad you mentioned relationships, Brian, because that's really one of the things that we provide with the trade missions, is giving people that chance to not only have a relationship with the people in the country that we're taking them to, we introduce them to quality people, people that are excited to work with us, excited to meet our delegates, but also our delegates get to meet each other and work and have that experience, that bonding experience, where they can really talk to each other about what the possibilities might be.
A lot of
And through that,
opportunities, business.
Partnerships spark, ideas spark, friendships spark. And all of that's necessary because you mentioned relationships. If you're going to invest in any country or city, you have to start with good relationships.
Absolutely, absolutely, Heidi. I think that's imperative. And trust, and being able to develop a relationship where you can build upon trust, like-minded people. And as we experienced, the people in that room were trustworthy. And I think that's where the relationships really start. If you have trust with someone and you can hang your hat there, that's when the relationship, you can now grow your business. What do you want to do? How can we interact? Both communities prosper.
Wow, I'm looking down on my phone. It's not that I'm paying attention. I'm looking at some of the text that's coming in. And also you talked about where East meets West and a lot of trade, $1 million. And we have some pictures we'll show in a minute, but you were talking about how intricate that canal is, how it was built. And there were also lives lost. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
And as we were discussing what we were going to do for this 100 episode, and and you can also call in +1 210 589 0884. You have to dial that +1 because we do have overseas callers, and you won't be able to reach me if you do not have that +1 for the United States area code. But tell how the canal was built, and then and he was talking about relationship. So relationship. And another reason to the call of why Panama is just like any business, and you in real estate, location.
I love the way you put that.
All right.
Okay. It is in a prime location,
It is
right?
in a prime location. Some businesses do not thrive because they are in the bad location.
That is true.
I'll never forget, one of my mentors said, where the sign is, that's where your business need to be. All right. So tell about how it was built, and we're going to show the pictures. Be ready for the pictures, engineer, and you all can discuss the picture. And we'll be getting some texts, and we'll be getting some calls. So we'll interrupt if we get a call, because, like I said, it's a different time zone also. Because over in Nigeria, it's 6 hours ahead, so it's almost after 1 o'clock, and they're up watching us. And then it's already the next day if they're in Fiji or Thailand, and we do have viewers from there. And normally with our studio in Nigeria, we're monitoring where the nations are. So I'm not on YouTube, so I cannot see that, and so forgive us for not being able, but you can always go to YouTube and call somebody to join YouTube, okay? So share about how that canal was built.
The canal was built in, I believe, 1906, and it's about the same time that the Port of Houston was actually developed. So the timing, it's really interesting to know that those two relationships, that they started around the same time. But the people that built the canal were many of the people from Africa and the Caribbean, from the islands. And there were hundreds of people that risked their life to develop that. Just think of the idea of someone saying, I think it was the Spaniards that were doing trade and carrying things on their back across from one side to the other side, from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Yeah, that's right. Just had to get my geography right. And someone said, you know, if we can just dredge this canal out and open it up, then we could have ships pass through instead of going all the way around South America to come back up. Save time, increase productivity, things of that nature. But that process was a huge engineering feat. We had a chance to personally see Mr. Pollard, Councilman Pollard, as well as Heidi and our whole delegation, saw the engineering that they did 100 years ago, roughly, or more, where the doors open up and basically it goes 87 feet in 3 levels of water. It's like a giant bathtub. And somebody thought of, let's put a boat, they'd go in, and we could raise the level to the tune of 3 million gallons a minute. Raises the level, the boat goes out on the other end. Well, why was that necessary?
What ingenuity.
It was necessary because the Pacific is at one level and the Atlantic is at another level. How do you raise a huge tanker ship with all this load? Oh, through the canal. Let's do it like that. Put it in a bathtub, float it, and move it out. Amazing engineering. That is something you definitely have to see. It has to be one of the 7 wonders or more of the world. So,
Okay.
absolutely.
Very good. All right, we got some questions coming in, but if you can put up we got 3 pictures of them there in Panama, so let's put them up in succession, and then once we see this, and by the way, we have so far 985 viewers that are watching this show. All right, I don't have emoji to clap and whatnot, so engineer, if we can just make it snappy, because we want to be able to have our guests. Okay, here it is. That's the city, the skyline. That's the canal. And then also, is this an investment area?
No, that's one of the resorts. I believe that was Casa Bonita.
Okay.
That was a view when you walked through the lobby out to their beach area, and followed by the Pacific out there. So that was a tremendous resort area that we had an opportunity to spend for the day. Spent some time there for the day. It was just absolutely fabulous.
Did you all see any of the ships coming in?
We saw one. In fact, that one to the right there,
Okay.
that was after the water was raised. There's another picture. I'm not sure if
No,
we
it's not
have it. The boats that are behind are actually boats that are like
Pilot boats?
No, they're not pilot boats. Those are boats with people, tour
Okay.
boats that were
Okay.
there. And they were way below.
Okay.
They were not even at that level. So imagine 87 feet. That's amazing to see that ship rise.
All right, keep this picture up for a minute there. There is the delegation. We see a diverse group. Mr. Pollard, you in there. Heidi, you in there. Why the picture of Morgan Freeman? Freeman.
Morgan Freeman actually
let them answer.
Okay.
Let's give them an opportunity.
So you see Morgan Freeman on the left with the Panama Canal. We were blessed to be able to go to the Panama Canal, and they had an IMAX 3D movie that was able to show you the history of the Panama Canal, and Morgan Freeman was the person who did the narration.
Oh, wow.
And his voice was so powerful
Yeah,
and
he is.
engaging
Orator,
that
great
it
orator.
really brought everything to life. And so
Absolutely.
that's why you saw Morgan Freeman there. Cool experience for sure.
And also the Alex Haley was a great orator as well. Okay, put the picture back up, and we see you, or there was a presentation that was made. If you can put the picture back up, and there are the 3 amigos there, and then I don't know if there's a proclamation that's being read. What's going on in that picture?
So we had different dignitaries and organizations that were represented in Panama, and we wanted to give some of those government agencies that were there some certificate of recognitions for hosting us and being able to share with our delegation different investment opportunities that would be very advantageous for Americans to be able to consider for their own personal investment. And so The bottom picture to the right are the people who were at the investment conference. Heidi and her team did an excellent job of finding the key individuals within Panama City that would be beneficial for the American delegation to meet. And Heidi, how did you go about knowing which people you thought would be
That's
best?
definitely what I wanted to do next, is
Yeah.
plug. Is,
Okay,
in-
you can
in-
bring her on, please. We
we
can
have-
take
we
the
have
picture down, please.
we had Pro Panama.
Okay, Pro Panama.
Pro Panama, the group at Pro Panama was instrumental.
Okay,
Putting everything together. And Banco Nacional was very gracious, a wonderful host. And then we had the minister, in that picture, we had the Minister of Commerce and the lady from the Tourism Authority. We also had people from the Port of Cologne that came in and visited with us. We had many media people and different people that came, maybe about 6 of them from Pro Panama. And so they were instrumental in helping us put together. We had delegates with some specific things. You know, we had one that wanted to find mahogany, with another person that was an energy company. And so it's you know, when you have that large, diverse group of people, you need someone like Pro Panama that can reach out to people that they know, because that's what their business is to bring investment to Panama.
the questions are coming in very quickly. How much planning, months or time, did it take you to coordinate this with these gentlemen? And next time, please, if they don't tell you about me.
Yes, I will. Brian told me but I know he was we were all trying to get everybody in on it.
So how much,
Usually it takes about 6 to 8 months.
Okay, 6 to 8 months.
Of putting the group together, finding the right date, and getting all the meetings and things organized.
Okay, thank you. All right, we have some questions. Great show. What is the alignment or agency for the small businesses to do businesses with Houston and Panama, for both of you?
So for the city of Houston, you want to go through the Office of Business Opportunity.
Is there a website?
Yes, you want to Google Office of Business Opportunity for the city of Houston, and it'll be probably one of the first 2 links that you see on your page. To do business in Panama, you want to lean on the relationships. Brian here has many relationships on the real estate side, and Heidi has many relationships with the National Bank, with different government agencies. So you want to chime in?
And you know, you can definitely Google Pro Panama. I think it might be propanama.com, but I don't want to say that.
It's .org, or it's
Yeah,
different.
it's something different.
Yeah, it's different in Panama.
Something different at the end. But also, you can contact me at Global
Yes.
Vision Contemporary. That like you were saying, I have a passion for Central and South America, and that's something I'm going to continue working on. We did our trade mission, but I am going to start doing an annual trip to Panama, an annual trip to Guatemala. We're discussing El Salvador next, possibly Argentina. And so if you have an interest in investing, please contact me, get on my list, and I will, and let me know what specific information you need, and I will assist you.
We'll put her contact up near the end, but here's another question for you, Heidi. When is the next trip for Global Visions and collaborations? And I guess some people that are businesses and maybe citizens, they would like to be a part of this delegation.
Oh, that's wonderful. But I know that we're still discussing dates for the Bahamas and for Jamaica with the Consul General of Jamaica and El Salvador. We're looking into next year. Edward's going to let me know. We're kind of looking at spring. Guatemala, I'm doing a trip December 11th through the 18th. That's more of a cultural trip, but it's also a business trip if anyone wants me to connect them with people in Guatemala.
Okay, we have a question for the councilman.
Okay, there's another question that the audience is asking for you, Councilman Pollard. What's your vision for economic development with Houston?
So I'm going to answer that in 2 ways. One, from a local standpoint, what I would like to do is ensure that the local businesses here in Houston have exposure to not only contract opportunities with the city of Houston, but ways in which they can work with other establishments that already have businesses here as well. And so that's one of the things that we've been doing. We partner with a lot of companies. If you go to morejobshouston.com, that's something that we're putting out in partnership with employers and job seekers. And when it comes to global investments and opportunities outside the borders of the city of Houston, that's where I lean on Heidi and Global Vision. And finding ways for people to expand their businesses beyond just Houston, but internationally, and ways in which you can do that is by going on these trade missions. I've always found it so impactful to see how many really interesting investment opportunities are all over the world that are looking for outside of American and also just global dollars to come into their economy, right? Every upstart and every enterprising country is looking for as much investment as possible, right? And they have so many packages that they provide that could be of interest to you. And so when you think about what we did in Panama, I was blown away at how seamless some of the packages that they would put together were that they were offering to us. And I know there are several people that were on the delegation that have already started to take the steps to make some investments there in Panama.
Here's a question for Brian. How should people consider Panama as an option to live and to move there to do business?
How should they consider?
Right. Why would they consider, I guess?
Why would they consider? Well, from a business standpoint, they're very business friendly, they're very tax friendly, and there are opportunities, as Mr. Pollard said, that really focus on, depending on your area of expertise or career path or education or profession, there are opportunities there. They are hungry for that and willing to interact and foster relationships with you on that. Regarding real estate, it's a great place to live, a great environment. The stress level goes way down compared to the U.S., number one. Number two, you're not compromising on the quality of life. You're enjoying a very good life. It's luxurious, it's comfortable, so you're not missing any of the amenities. However, the cost is about a third. Number three, the U.S. dollar. If you're American and you're watching your retirement and you're saying, oh my gosh, I'm living longer, I don't know if I have enough resources. Well, there's a couple of things you can do. Increase the income and the resources or reduce the expenses. So as an alternative, maybe in the golden years, you want to, enjoy your life a little better. You can buy property in Panama starting for a couple $100,000. You could be in a high rise and live comfortably with full services with a lot less stress. And that's what I do. What I do.
Put that number back up because Mr. Brian would like to give you a free consultation.
Absolutely.
So if you call, or won't you call 210-589-0884. She got the wrong number there. It's 281-772-6608. She
Correct.
can't change it now, but +1 281-772-6608. You can call that number right now and put up Mr. Brian's slide. Okay, there it is. They corrected it.
Thank
Boy,
you.
look at technology. All right, go to Mr. Brian's slide of the sponsor near the beginning, and then that way there are also some social media sites if you don't want to call in.
The best thing, Dr. K, the best thing for me, call me. Call me. I love to talk to people. I'm a little old school, so you can call me or reach me on social media, but the best way, reach out, call me. I'm an international real estate professional. I'm very passionate about a global perspective, and Panama is absolutely number one.
All right.
In my book.
Okay, we'll take a picture, screenshot that before it comes down so that you can have it. We want to thank you for being a sponsor. Also, we need you to show us the money, and you need to bring us,
so it's two things you want me to do, right? Show you the money, and take you on a trip.
Take you on the trip.
Done. We can make that happen.
All right. This is my buddy, you all. And he's also the board chair for Royal Ambassadors. He stepped in, and we'll also give you an invitation to our 25th anniversary next year.
Yes,
we have served the community. We did a lot in San Antonio, and we want to learn from you how we can engage with you and also Heidi. So let's put up Heidi's contact information, and then the councilman, and then there's look at that beautiful. Where you from? Guatemala. All right. Is this all right? There's her information. There's her phone number. Give her a call. Take down her number. She's in the office, Is that plus 1713927?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the US number.
Oh, that's a US number?
Plus
Oh,
one-
I'm sorry,
plus
713.
one is for US.
Yeah, okay, okay. All right, let's put up Mr. Pollard. And then we got some closing questions and takeaway. There he is. Your number isn't up there, your office. Can you give them your office where they can call? Or do you know it? Sometimes you don't know your own number.
Yeah, it's best to send us an email because we have so many individuals that are reaching out on a daily basis, especially for constituent services. But you can reach us at districtj@houstontx.gov, and my staff or myself will get back to you directly.
All right, here's a question that come in, and also call us. Call +1 210 589 0884. This is the 100th episode. We want you to hear your power voice on this episode. So just don't text a question. Call in. We have over 1,300 viewers right now. So I know you are enjoying this. So let your fingers do the walking through the yellow pages. All right, just hit that +1 210 589 0884. We are here to engage your question. All right, let's put up the last picture for Panama. And Brian, you can describe it. It was 3 pictures. If you weren't able to put it up, no problem. Okay.
You know, I would like
go
to
ahead.
say something. I want to give a shout out because I want to give a shout out to Ricky and Queen Victoria. Those are 2 clients of mine that just in talking to Ricky about Panama said, you know, I want to do something special for my wife. And he just bought a condo in Ipanema in Panama.
Wow.
Okay? And just came back to Houston today. So right after this show, I have to go see him and talk to them about their amazing experience. My wife helped put together the whole event, but they fell in love with Panama. They absolutely love it. He's a retired colonel.
Okay.
And
your
he-
retired pay can also go to Panama. All right, +281 772 6608. Call him this week. Get free consultation. That's one of the gifts that you can receive. And if you call in right quick while we ask the councilman this question, +1 210 589 0884, I will give you 1 hour pro bono counseling. I'm a life coach certified. You may have some life questions, business questions, leadership questions, and I will give you a free hour. Only one person has taken advantage of the gift that we're giving out on this episode.
Well, you know what? I'm going to take it even further. Anybody that calls me on the show or after, 281-772-6608. If you're thinking about relocation, if you're considering investment, and you just want to know more, I will give you a free consultation on real estate and investing in this country or other countries.
All right, call him right now. That number's up there. This is for you, and then we're going to ask you to give a takeaway. Our audience, they have to have takeaway of community engagement, marketplace transformation, as well as economic empowerment. This is for you. Does the city have any international programs?
Yeah, so the city has its own Office of International Affairs, and they put on several different events throughout the year that are aimed at embracing the different cultural heritage that we have here in Houston, but also finding ways to bring exposure outside of this country. And so wherever you are from and whatever your interests are globally, reach out to the City of Houston's International Office. Find out ways in which they are being involved in the community and ways in which you can participate.
All right, thank you very much. Brian has a question about media.
Yeah.
So many of our young people are engaged in the media platforms and technology.
Yeah, so Heidi, one of the areas your focus is arts and media, and you're a big advocate on that. Could you speak to the audience and tell them a little bit about that and your passion and why that's so important for you and how they can get involved?
Well, media is changing so much every day, but it's still basically about people and about storytelling. And so that's what we do at International Focus Magazine. At International Focus Magazine, we're now in Monrovia and Atlanta, and we're expanding, and we cover the stories of the change makers, the deal makers, the diplomats, and that's what our focus is. And I encourage everyone out there that has a story to tell it. Contact us if you feel like we're the right platform for you. Also, Global Vision Contemporary Fine Art. We represent artists from all over the world, including local Houston artists. So please contact me if you have a beautiful artist that you'd like us to showcase. The power of media is that you're getting people's story out there. You get to, when I first picked up my camera at 18, I had no idea. I really had no idea just where picture taking, that simple act of just giving people attention, using my own eye to focus my attention on this, what impact that has. You have, it's a great power that you don't realize, that just by bringing focus to the stories that you feel are important, other people will join you in that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well
Councilman, Martin Luther King said this, Jr., everyone can be great because everyone can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You talked about your ancestry, being a mentor to him. And also, you don't have to have your subject verbs to agree in order to serve. All you need is a heart of grace and a soul generated by love. Why serve Houston as a councilman?
Well, Houston's given me everything, myself and my family. If it wasn't for the city of Houston, I would not be in the position that I am today. And I want to see Houston continue to thrive. I want to see it reach its full potential. And so to be someone who is reared in Southwest Houston and now getting to represent that same community on city council, I believe I'm doing my small part to make an impact. And that goes for everyone. You don't have to be an elected official or a diplomat or ambassador to be able to serve. You can serve in any capacity that you would like, in your local school, at your local church, somewhere with your homeowners association, any way in which you can provide some type of impact. And if we all do our small part, we can make a huge impact. And so when it comes to the city of Houston, we have boards and commissions, we have different projects and initiatives that we're doing. Reach out to myself online on some of the social media websites that was up on the screen. If you see something that we're doing that you're passionate about, that you want to get involved in, reach out to our office so that we can plug you in. But regardless of where you are around the world, know that even if you do something small, it can be something big for someone else.
Thank you very much. All right, Brian, want to ask you a question, and then we want you to give what you would like the audience to take away on this milestone episode. But he has a question for you, and then we'll go to the councilman, give a takeaway to our viewers, and then we have a gift for you, and he'll ask you, Heidi, for a takeaway, or you can give your takeaway after he asks you your question.
All
Go
right.
ahead, and that way we want to go back and forth.
So Heidi, tell us about your cross-cultural involvement in community service and how that has impacted you to help you or propel you or give you the passion to do what you do.
My cross-culture, well, through International Focus magazine, and actually before, being mixed, being a Guatemalan with an American family, that's a unique space. And when I was younger, I didn't know quite what to do with it. But the diversity of Houston, and then eventually working with International Focus magazine, it's been amazing being able to travel around the world, getting to know everyone here in Houston. And then now I'm actually getting to travel the world.
Wow, you're doing what you love.
I'm doing what I love.
All right. Give us a 1-minute takeaway that you would like for our listening audience to get from this program today.
The takeaway is contact globalvisioncontemporary.com to travel. I'm working on a trip right now, December 11th to 18th, to be in Guatemala. We're also going to be there for the winter solstice, for those that are interested in that experience in Tikal, which is December 21st. So that'll be the 18th through the 23rd. We're working on El Salvador and Argentina and Jamaica for the spring of 2026. And I will be planning other trips to Panama. Just let me know if you're interested. The dates are not set. That's something that we kind of come together with once we start getting the group solid.
All right. Councilman, 1-minute takeaway of what you would like for us to get.
I'm going to piggyback off of what Heidi said. Do what you love. When I think about the four of us that are sitting here, we're all passionate about what we do every single day. So don't limit yourself. Wherever you are in the world, whatever ideas you have, whatever talents you have, pursue those. Pursue those with earnest. Pursue those with diligence. Pursue those with perseverance, because you never know how that's going to be rewarding to you and then rewarding to others. And so I have enjoyed my time listening to your stories and the things that make you all tick every single day. And I want to make sure that everyone who is listening to this reaches your full potential. And it's been a blessing for me to be on this show to share some of my background with you all.
All right, if you would pass our guest, this is from my wife.
Right,
She
all
likes
right.
to make sure that all of our guests are
We should
taken care
reverse
of.
this. I think.
No. All right. Okay, if
Thank
you
you
can.
very much.
All right. Put up the 3 social media contacts again so that they can see it, and then Brian is going to give us a 30-minute takeaway, and I'm going to
30-minute? You mean 30
seconds. That's right. Now, he is very verbose. Okay, if we can get the social media, not that one, social media. All right, where we got how to contact them very quickly. Time is ticking into the future.
Maybe I could tell them.
Okay, there's Heidi. All right. Then we want to go with the councilman. All right, and then we'll go with Mr. Brian Bartholomew. He will show you the money. You're going to take advantage of that consulting.
Hey.
And then also 30 seconds. What's your takeaway?
So my takeaway is unlimited possibility. Don't limit yourself. Think globally. Everything is within reach today. So, you may live in the States or you may live in a particular country. Be open-minded to other countries, other cultures, because you never know. You may discover your passion, and that may be the blessing. So I do international real estate for that reason. I'm from the Caribbean. I live in the U.S. And you know what? If you are thinking or even considering the possibility of something international or global, give me a call. 281-772-6608.
Well, I want to thank each of you for going to Panama and for being a guest on this special episode. I don't know what the numbers are, but I know that, like Bootsy Collins used to say, we have blown the roof off. I'm not going to say that word. But anyway, thank you very much, and we will definitely have you again. If you can put up our sign, Lady Joy will be in next week, where we want you to keep it real. We'll put our sign up. And we have a new number, +1 210 589 0884. Our YouTube, you can always go back, view other viewings. Boy, we will have some students from TSU on future. Though I went to that school, I didn't know how big it was.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's if you want to send us an email of what you're getting out of this program, we want to thank you. All right, I'll close with this. This is from Benjamin Franklin. For the best return on your money, pour your purse into your head. And then Booker T. Washington, it was said about him, he was an activist, also president of Tuskegee Institute. I visited there many times down in Alabama. It was said about him, he lifted the veil of ignorance from his people and pointed them toward progress through, guess what? Education and industry. And this is what our guest's been doing today, Councilman Pollard, Heidi, as well as Brian, to point you towards marketplace, global transformation, community involvement, and economic empowerment. Until next month, where we will have citizens that's involved with our homeless and vets doing a great work. She'll be on the show. In fact, they just baptized over 100 homeless people earlier this month. They asked me to participate, but I was out of the town. She will be on, and you don't want to miss that. So look at your camera, and on the count of 3, we want to tell our listening audience to keep it real. 1, 2, 3. Keep it real. Keep it real.